Yeah. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is I think when you're in a I think when content creators are incredibly accessible, Twitch streamers are incredibly accessible, and as Twitch streamers are incredibly accessible, there is a lot of people that look at people like ourselves and go, well, this is like just this dude is like me but rich. Why the fuck does he get to do this and I don't? You know what I mean? As opposed to like the status that they place like real celebrities at, celebrities with like actual talent, for example, you know, musicians and the like. And when you're at the tippy top of this industry, especially for an extended period of time, you're just gonna have a shitload of haters. Everyone's time comes inevitably. No one has actually stayed above. No one, like, there are very few content creators on the YouTube side or on the Twitch side especially that have basically maintained like a level of prominence and a level of steady love without any sort of haters whatsoever. I mean, people hate Ludwig, dude. Think about that. This man is a fucking golden retriever. He is mathematically crafting takes that are the most like kind, empathetic, and inoffensive you can possibly be, right? And there are still people who fucking despise this man. Think about that. Think about how crazy that is. Some examples I will give you of people who have don't have like a lot of haters would be Markiplier on the YouTube side, Germa on the Twitch side, Northern Lion is another one, and maybe like Lyric, right? Like those are the some of the few people that don't have like a lot of ridiculous haters. Queso, I think, is another great example of someone who really blew up and doesn't have any haters either, and it's fantastic. I'm glad. He doesn't deserve it. Like none of these people deserve haters. Okay. I don't think Ludwig deserves haters either, but he still gets them. Now, the example I'm going to use is this: Duke Dennis. Okay, Duke Dennis has, you know, he's just like a lifestyle content creator, right? And he blew up with Aura. Everybody was like, W Aura, W Aura, W Aura. And yeah, he's a cool guy, right? But eventually there comes a point where like people develop resentment towards that, right? People develop resentment towards that because then they're like, well, why the fuck does this guy have aura? Like, I don't agree with this, right? And then once people reach a certain point, once they reach like maximum impact, then people start going, okay, well, we claimed you had aura, now we don't think you have aura. Now then like a bunch of contrarians come out of the fucking woodwork, and I've been seeing like after years and years of Duke Dennis stocks exploding. I saw TikToks of people calling him Unk on the basketball court. I mean, he had fucking 11 points in like 5 minutes. He was playing really well. You know what I mean? But people were saying he was flabby and then he was Unk because he was because they just didn't think he looked hot enough or some shit, which is crazy. There are fucking Twitter posts about him comparing him to Hey Arnold, like saying he's not hot anymore. Like there's like he's still the same dude. He's still attractive. But now people have decided like, okay, your time in the spotlight as like the number one aura guy is going away. This doesn't mean that there aren't still people that are, you know, big time fans and he will still be the aura guy. But there will be a lot of haters for anybody, is my point. No matter how poppin' you are, no matter how good you try to be, there's always going to be people that fucking hate you. It is what it is. There's not really anything you can do about this. Who is this DILF I don't know about? Did you hear about his drama about father and kids? Yeah, I don't really know. You're just saying this because you want max hottie status? No, I'm saying this because like from up until like the COVID era and maybe even into like the COVID era a little bit, I was the guy that people on Twitch would be like, that guy is the hot guy. He's the hot guy. And then what happened? Like, no one says that anymore. Everybody fucking, people realize like, okay, he's not the hot guy. We fucking hate him actually. We fucking hate him. He's old and he sucks and we hate his politics and we actually hate that he's hot. You know? It is what it is. It's just it comes and goes in waves. And I guess like what you gotta think about is you can't, you know, you can't keep up that momentum forever and you shouldn't let it hurt your feelings. Anyway, let's see what this is. Lover checks Asmongold's chat.